We are live. We are live. Guys, we are live. Good evening. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone's well. We are starting on time. Big shout out to Sub. How are you doing, sir?
All good, all good. Nice to be back on the show.
Good. And Nana's gone to the North Pole looking for Santa Claus. He's got the bricks. Oh, where is he going? He's gone to the North Pole and now he's a builder. No, this is great. How are you doing, sir?
I'm blessed. Brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm actually good. And then we have the blurry background of the wizard. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you guys, right?
Yeah, we're good. We're gonna go straight into this. And again, thank you for everyone that's kind of watching right now. Please like, subscribe, and please share this to as many people as possible. We are gonna go through the results from yesterday. So Catford and Metrogas drew 2-2. Postponements with Independent and Greenwich Borough, and the Masters beat Sporting 3-1. And this is how the table looks right now. Greenwich first, LSU second, Hollington third, Leone Stars fourth, Kawuya fifth, Metrogas sixth, Catford seventh, Independent eighth, and Sporting ninth. And these are the fixtures for the new year, I believe. So Hollington are playing West London Casuals in the London Vets Cup, and then Masters are playing. I can't read it from here. Oh, yeah, Masters are playing Bellstone in the Cup as well. Greenwich are playing Kawuya. Independent are playing Hale End, and Sporting Santos are playing Metrogas in the league, and the Kawuya Greenwich is a league fixture. Sub, let's kind of go straight to you. The game against LSU. What did LSU deserve the 3 points? And what have you taken now being at Santos for a few months? Are you kind of happy with the team? What things as a manager do you need to improve to make sure that you guys don't get relegated this season?
Yeah, no, I'm very much enjoying Santos. Like, the results in the league ain't been great. We are still in the semi-final of the cup. This league is close. It's two parts of the league. There's the top section, and obviously there's the bottom section. We know what our games that we've got to win, them teams around us. When I took this on, it was all part of a rebuild, and that's what we're doing. We're rebuilding, and yeah, obviously I knew what was coming from LSU. Play great football. 3-1. They probably could have got more, but we battled. We showed heart. We kept on going and going and going. We didn't give up. The week before against Greenwich, we were showing signs of backing off and not doing it, but then. LSU are a top side. I said they'd be up there. They're up there amongst it. The same with Greenwich Borough and Hollington. So, not that I want to ever take a defeat, but there's signs of potential there, and there's a cup semi-final. So, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying Santos. It's such a nice group of guys. I couldn't feel more welcome. We have a laugh. We carry on. No matter what's happened after the game, we'll have a drink together, and that's my part of Vets football that I like anyway.
How are you keeping the morale up? Because, of course, in the league, you are yet to record a win. So, there must be a little bit of frustration with the, not only within the management, but of course within the team as well.
It's a good understanding from everyone. I've got a core group of players that are there every week, and I'm fielding, say, a different 11 every single game, but I haven't had that chance. Like, me and Junior haven't had that chance to have, say, our strongest 16 available. That's still yet to happen this season. That's two things: players having operations, people going on holiday. Typical Vets answers to why people can't be there. Hopefully in the new year, maybe a bit of a freshen up with some new players coming in. I don't know. Maybe that will happen for us. But that's what we need. That just little boost of, say, 2 or 3 more players that will be there week in, week out. But you got to understand, we all know this in vets. Not all players can be there every week. Everyone's got to do something. There's a birthday, there's a christening, there's something going on. And we've just been unfortunate that this side of the year, everyone's been another commitment to go to. But, a couple of results we've pulled out, the Metro Gas one, the independent game. But even when we played independent in the league, we were 3-1 up at halftime. 2 players had to leave to go work, and independent fought back and done us. But that's, people only being able to play half a game. That's what we're dealing with at the moment. But it'll come together. As I said, it's a rebuild, and I'm happy to be part of it. And working with juniors, cool as well.
Yeah, Chris. As someone that's played for LSU, what are you expecting from them this season? And were you surprised about them beating Santos?
Obviously, playing for them, I expect them to be up there. I know they're having a rebuild themselves. I know that obviously I think they're trying to start afresh, just from what I know. But we all know LSU, we all know what they offer. So I expect them to be up there and I expect them to challenge. No disrespect to Will, subs, but on paper, yeah, you expect them to beat Santos, but we know in vets football anything can happen, because LSU may have players missing and miss short numbers or whatever, and anything can happen. Vice versa, like Will just said, they might have to make changes at halftime due to people not being able to play a full game or whatever. So in vets football, in football in general, anything can happen and anything's possible. Yeah, like I said, on paper, I expect them to win. But with a rebuild at Santos, you never know what can happen. So anything's possible. But by the sounds of it, they was very unlucky. But I know that anything about Santos, they'll go down fighting. They'll always give a great effort.
Yeah. Nana, 2-2 against Metro Gas at home. What was your analysis of the game?
Pissed, man. 2 points dropped so far as I'm concerned. We should never be. Feels like a loss. We should. The way the game went, we should never be dropping them points. But sometimes that's football. That's how the cookie crumbles. Because I felt like as the game went on further, it felt like they were the ones who were likely going to score again if we didn't manage the game, and we didn't manage the game in the second half. When you're 2-0 up, the only thing that's going to happen to the opposition is they're going to come out fighting, especially for the 10-15 minutes. So you have to be strong in your physical and mental battles to keep them under check, because as time goes on, their heads will drop. But Metro Gas are one of those sides who are flatline. They are consistent. They stay the same way 90 minutes. So if you don't match them boot for boot and be clever about things, you're going to give them a sniff. And when they do, you're in trouble. We first league game with them, I think we went 2-0 down and we came on 1-3-2. And then this one, we went 2-0 up, and then we allowed them back in to draw 2-2. It's points just for far as I'm concerned, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You're on mute.
Credit where credit's due. Metro Gas play a certain way, and it's and it works. They're a very physical, direct team, and Nana said even before the game, look, they've taken points off the top 2 teams. Oh well, as in Hollanton and Greenwich. So you know, like we cannot take this team lightly. And yeah, you know, I think going in at 2-0 at halftime, you know, it's that kind of, it's, I don't know, 2-0 for me. I would. It all depends on who scores the next goal, and like, because Metro Gas scored within the first 10 minutes. Dana, was it the first 10? Oh, I can't hear you.
First 5 minutes.
The first 5. So again, they were on the ascendancy, and again, credit where credit's due. You know, they are like a tough nut to crack. And again, I do understand Nana's, you know, frustration. Again, a lot of things were said in the huddle, which again are gonna remain private. But the thing that I can say is, we've ended the year unbeaten. You know, we haven't lost in our last 3. So, you know, it's kind of something where I can say that we've got points on the board, and now hopefully going like into next year, we can climb up the table. We are still in. Right now we're like in 2 cup competitions. So yeah, anything can happen. So I'm kind of confident in terms of what like Nana's got in store, and literally what the kind of players have as well. And to you, Wizard, Metro Gas, you've like played against them numerous occasions. What are Metro Gas' strengths, and actually, why like do you think people don't rate them as a football team?
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
They try and play the right way. They work hard and stuff. I know they're a team that doesn't give up, obviously from past experience. But to say why people don't rate them, I guess because they're inconsistent, and the amount of times I think they've said they're folding and then they've just given up the league or given up their games or whatever. I think that's why people don't take them serious, if I'm honest. I think is it twice or 3 times that they've decided to leave the league or, you know, not continue the season, if I'm correct. So
I think 3 times.
So 3 times, and if I'm correct, if I am correct, I may be wrong. It's 2 times in consecutive seasons, right?
Yeah, I think the 3rd time they wanted to go down, and the league said no.
Yeah, but they stopped playing halfway through the season 2 times in a consecutive season, right?
Yeah. They messed up a lot of things for other teams.
That's why people don't take them serious. So let's go back to Santos, for example. Santos have struggled for the majority of the seasons, but they'll turn up and play. You know, they made an effort, so I guess that's why people kind of respect them slightly more. You can't gain respect if you're never available to play a game. Do you know what I mean? It's physically impossible. That's like turning around saying that you rate a player, but the player's never there. The player's never available to play. So how can you rate someone that's never available to play? So
yeah.
I guess that's the same. That's the same with them.
Yeah. So I've got a question for you, really. I mean, do you think going down, and literally, I'm not saying that you're going to go down, but right now, you know, you are 7 points adrift. Do you think getting relegated could possibly be a blessing in disguise?
No one ever wants to get relegated. Everyone wants to be in that top flight. I've said before, you either be wanting to play and you want to play at a high standard and compete, or you just want to have a muck around with your pals. I said, if I get my full squad, we can compete. At this moment, we can't get, you know, I played a game the other week with 3 guys 60 years old. You know, fair play to them, all done superb, like won us the game. Can't fault any of them. Peter even went on and nicked a goal as well. But do I want to go down? No, of course not. Is it the worst thing ever going down? I don't think so. You're still playing all the same cup competitions. you know, that Championship League is strong. It's not an easy league. There's very, very good teams in that Championship League. So it still will be competitive football. But, you know, best after New Year, see what we've got to offer. And as I said, if we can add 2-3 players, I think them games where we've had good games and lost will be more like we've actually gone and got the wins, and then them other teams who we might be written off against, hopefully we can nick a few points.
Nana, do you think Catford Wanderers are in a relegation battle?
Absolutely. The table don't lie. There's a lot of games to play, and I'm not comfortable with where I am. I know exactly. We haven't started well. We've lost 4 league games. Yes, unbeaten in 3, but the stats don't lie. So we are definitely in a relegation battle, and we need to win games of football to stabilize the ship and push from there.
We're going to go straight on to the London Vets Cup, and this is a cup that the London FA do every single year. So let's go with the fixtures that I believe that are going to be happening. A lot of things can actually change. Again, anyone like in the box or anyone watching, please correct me. So hold on, right? Okay, so actually right now, of course, West London do not know who they're going to be playing. Same with, is it Springfield Vets? And then Abbey Town will be playing, is it Ebbsfleet? I can't see from here because it's so small. And then Kamazi do not know who they're going to be playing. And then let's go on to the next page. And again, this is like the 4th round draw. Highgate Albion, who were finalists last year, are playing. Is that Albo? Is that Winchester?
Atletico, they're playing.
Atletico Trotters.
They're playing Atletico Trotters.
Oh, so sorry. You know,
and
literally so small.
Winchmore Hill are playing Hayes United. Vets Jogger Benito, they're called. LSU have got Bellstone, and Hollerton have got West London Casuals.
West London Casuals, and then there's some ties as well. So
Independent have got Hayland, and Sporting Bengal have got Anatolians.
Yes, and yeah, Anatolians. Okay, cool. So
hang on. So I see there's a few Sunday sides in there.
Yeah.
I'm not caught up with this season.
Weren't they like that before?
Rules.
Well, okay, so I
got that before though, because if I'm correct, LSU played a Sunday side where we had to travel all the way to North London to play them.
Well, see, that's in the semi-final. So what it is, I think I'm not sure if a lot of people know. So Jamal has left the London FA for like pastures new, and at this present moment, there are other like members of staff that's kind of taken over the like cup competition roles. I am not a sponsor of the Vets Cup, so I've had conversations with the person that's kind of taken over the competition to like tell them exactly what teams expect, and the only thing that teams really want is transparency and literally a quick response regarding emails, calls, etc. On Friday, I got a few calls regarding the 4th round draw. So first and foremost, no one knew that the draw was happening. Second of all, again, the Saturday and Sunday teams were like put together, which I think, in my opinion, is wrong at this stage of the cup. Thirdly, there are a lot of games that still haven't been played because of different issues and like whatnot, and literally those teams have not even been contacted about what's going on with that particular fixture. However, I don't want this to be let's kind of pour called that war over the London FA, because the London FA still do an amazing job. They've got crazy amounts of competitions that they kind of have to fulfill and actually do, and again, they are doing the best that they can. However, us on this panel and other people outside of this panel, like, we are vets. Like, we know what we as players, coaches, managers want from a kind of competition like this. And it's very easy to say we just want transparency and we want to be treated like a human being. I'm not saying that they're treating us not like that, but just be respectful in terms of the response time. And those things have not been fulfilled in this year's cup competition.
Hold on one sec.
Can I just say just this year?
Okay, go on.
Just this year, because this I don't. For me personally, that's someone that's played in it. I don't think it's been run properly for a while. That's just my opinion.
What I'll add to that is that I think most of us also need to read the competition rules and read the normal turnaround times for certain appeals. For example, if a player, and I don't agree with some of them, but that's the score, the standard code of standard code and regulations, however they call it. So, for example, if someone feels an ineligible player and you do that appeal, they have like 90 days. 90 days to turn around that. You know, a lot of people don't know. So far as I'm concerned, sometimes I might think, oh, this is an open and shut case, because maybe the evidence is there, so it's boom, 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 it should be done. So when we don't know in terms of how the process runs, we might sit back and think, oh, why are they taking so long? I understand how the process works a little bit. I think it should be better, 100%, because there's some things which are easier. But if you also know the workload that they have to go through to get things done, there are thousands of competitions all across London that they are running, and they have to get everything in order for the end of the season, to make sure that these finals go ahead. And there are cancellations, there are match postponements, there are things that keep some of these matches on hold. So I agree with you, it's not the best of situations. I honestly think it's gotten better in certain situations. I think for us in the Vets League, we've had the privilege of getting close to some of these LFA officials, so that information has been readily available to us, so we can share things, etc. But obviously, because of some of the things which have also gone down in the last few years, I believe that they would distance themselves from us. It is what it is. I think last season, with the Summers issue, with the Kumazi issue, the flack that they took, and rightly so. If I were them, I would also keep quiet and let people read the information if they want to read it, and then abide by the information. But again, I agree with you, Tobrice. You're right that transparency needs to be there. That's number one. You don't just do a draw without anybody watching or anybody knowing how the draw is done. And you don't just put teams together, whether it's Sunday and Saturday at this stage of the competition, without letting people know. But I just think that if it's all in the competition rules, and it's up to us to also read it, to keep ourselves abreast with how things run.
I totally hear what you're saying. Communication is key, though, and clearly, this is the third time that it seems to be that the communication is not happening. It's happened with the draw, that nothing's been communicated. It's done a random draw without people knowing. Kumazi issue, again, there was no communication. Summers, LSU, no communication. So it's an ongoing thing that needs to be resolved. I get it. You know, people do it as a part-time job. You know, like, and I totally get that. But when you, as Bruce says all the time and mentions a lot of the time, remember where vets men.
Correction with people get paid for it now.
No. Okay, fair enough. People, what you mean is in from the London FA, right?
100%.
They get paid for it. That's right. So they get paid for it. So that even there, that alone speaks more volumes where it should be a better job being done. Everyone correct? Everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
So, as Bruce will always say, and you know, we'll all agree, we pay for a service, right? So we all pay for a service. When I say I pay for a service, I mean as in I pay to play. I turn up, I play for Holland, I pay my money to play, right? If I'm paying for a certain service, as in London Cup, I'm assuming we pay. I'm not 100% how it all runs, but we pay to enter it, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you pay to enter it. Now, you pay to enter it, you're paying for a service that you're not getting. Now, for you not to get that service that you're paying for is kind of unacceptable. I get it. It's not going to be perfect because we're playing vets football, we're playing over 35 football, but for someone that's paying for something, you would expect it to be run slightly better than what it is. So you can see the disgruntled people and why they get upset with how things happen. Now, this is another thing that will just go in a negative direction towards them regarding the draw. Like, it makes no sense. If you've already had all this flack on your back regarding other situations, why would you go and do that to make it harder for yourselves? It makes, for me, it just makes no sense.
Yeah. Sub?
Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about the London FA. They done us dirty at LSU last year. That was a madness for no reason. That was many nights sending emails back and forward. It was all unnecessary. And cool, they've come better, and certain people have going on to different things and stuff. But I know there's a lot of cups and I know there's a lot of work, but this isn't brand new. Cup competition's been going on since football started. So to do a draw, the whole Saturday and Sunday thing's crazy because it's not just that. The Sunday kickoffs are morning, Saturdays are afternoon. It's just all, that doesn't make sense to me. Is it because there's not enough teams? I don't know the full information, but surely later on down the line, that's when you start mixing the Saturdays and Sundays. Who's like, as a Sunday team going to go and play Saturday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? That's why you get teams going, let's just long it off. There's no point. And that's the whole thing. Until you get into the big boy rounds, you know, like the quarterfinals, semi-finals, then it's worth going there because you're close to the goal. But fourth round, and you know, you got teams. I see Ebbsfleet in there. Like, there's teams traveling, doing a madness. They're not going to turn. People, I'm not saying Ebbsfleet are not going to turn up, but other teams won't. You're just going to get walkovers, and that's what happens in the London Cup.
I want to, and literally, I think everyone is completely right. So I totally agree. One thing that, like Nana said as well, at the start, in terms of we have been slightly privileged, having Jamal or having like a rep from the London FA either talk to Nana or myself, and again, getting like the London Cup draw live. That's, for me, that's the kind of basics of literally what people will actually want. I think Nana can also, and yeah, Nana, please agree. Oh, well, either correct me, but London FA are not a big team. I think it's less than 10. I think it's less than 10 people.
It's a bigger team depending on where you look at it. So if you're looking for the cup, if you're looking at cup competitions, obviously you have different sections: the cup competitions, the discipline, the refereeing, the development. It can be about 20.
Okay.
But when you boil it down, yes, it's about 10 with subsidiaries under them who help work. But there's a lot of work, bro. Especially like when it comes to the fixtures and the discipline. There's a whole heap of work. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So I'm not giving them a pass because exactly what Wizard said. Like, we've paid for a service. we expect to be treated equally.
But
And
to Breeze, you
also-
see, I think one thing I said before, but maybe it was just missed. I think that when you're going into any business or into any contract, you have to read the terms and conditions of that contract. And I think we've been used to the idea of this is how things are supposed to work, or that's how things used to work, so that's how it's going to work going forward. But once you read the timeline of some of these things, this is what you've signed up for without actually reading. And most people who play football, especially baseball, they don't really care. They just want to pay their money and come and play football. And there's a problem when they want it dealt quickly. But when you read some of these things, the timeline that it takes them that they have to sort things out because of pressures and etc. Like I said, player ineligibility, they have 90 days to sort it out. And that's what we signed for. So if they get it done within the 90 days, or say within 30 days, brilliant, we're happy. Especially when all the evidence is there. But they do have 90 days to sort it out. And sometimes when they contact teams, to provide evidence or set up a date for a hearing, this will change, that will change. A lot of teams don't know what's going on. So I think one is good for us to also read those T's and C's and understand what we signed for instead of, our expectations. And I'm not bringing our expectations down, saying our expectations are too high. We just want things done. We just want to play football. Things go a lot quicker. But on the level, it's not as simple as that. I'm not necessarily giving the pass, but I just wanted everybody to understand that it's much more difficult than the plain eye sees. I've just seen a portal before when some of the work that they have to do, and for a team of 3 or 4, and it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Even from the refereeing session, one of the whole London FA, there was a game that they didn't have a referee, and I had to help them source a referee to cover that. Can you imagine? And I'm just Southern West League. Do you see what I'm saying? So it can be very, very difficult. And from my experience alone, it's getting better. It's getting better. There's still a long way to go, especially in terms of responsiveness and communication, but it's getting better. I think we need to give them sometimes a little bit of slack, but we can only do so when we understand the totality of the work that they have to do. But when they share the comment comes out, it makes things easier for us also to understand instead of keep quiet and expecting X, Y, Z. I think that's where some of the disconnect is sometimes.
Okay. Sub, what's the one thing that you would like the London FA to improve, and why?
The draws itself, I think it was good when the draws were being done live and everyone could see what was going on. It makes it a bit fun and stuff. That they shouldn't have stopped doing that. Everyone wants to see, Vets football's changing from when I used to watch my dad do it and to now. Obviously, we're recording games, we've got podcasts, like people are talking about it. So, this is our last bit of football. One after this is done, playing wise, and give us the draw, give us that little thing, get the people in and have a little chat. People are willing to do it. So if you want to make your brand strong, that's what you do. You go and get a Sporting Bengal player or manager come in. You go and get a LSU, a Summers, Santos, Holland, whoever is in there. You get them in and someone have a chat. But to just do it, oh, it's done, that's it, you're playing that. You're taking that last bit of fun out of it where the technology that you can stream it. You was doing it before with the wheel. Like people will watch it. They watch it. So why just go and do it that way? And it makes it more fun. Everyone can see it's clear. Everyone knows who's there. But that for me is the thing where I don't know why they've gone back to the old way.
Wizard, same question.
I would say for them to respect Vets football, because I think you made a comment one time. We had a discussion about this where you said that obviously they have other Sunday league competitions that are for the younger generation that is bringing in more money or, you know, is more important. But I think the Vets FA Cup, the Vets London Cup is just as important as anything else, because people that play in it treat it like it's important because it's a competition they want to win. So I think the only fair thing will be to do is to respect it like you respect the other ones. Because I feel like if you want us to show respect back to you in the way that we conduct ourselves when things like this happen, then I feel like you got to show the same respect for us that play in your competition.
Nana, same question.
I don't want to continue to sound like I'm speaking on behalf of the London FA.
Nana's trying to get a job, innit? He's
Hey,
trying to get a job.
No. Trust me, I've had
They're
enough.
paying now. That's why he knows they're paying money.
I have had absolutely enough.
Nana's an investor, boy.
Even where I am right now in terms of vets referee, at some point I'm gonna have to step down because it's just a lot.
One minute, are you guys still in the competition?
The LFA,
are you in it?
Oh, we're still waiting. We're still waiting to hear.
You're still waiting to hear?
Yeah, we're still waiting to hear. So
no, because I was gonna say, like, with all this promoting that you're giving, you might win it. To be fair.
Nah, I've still been waiting. I've sent the various emails to chase it up. I'm still waiting. I know they have got a lot to do. But again, two things. One, they've I can understand why they've withdrawn and gone into the shell, because they might feel like they've got their hands bitten when they try to help. That's neither here nor there. Two, I love my best football. We all do. That's why we're here. That's why we spend so much time and effort to do that. But somebody was saying something, not too long ago, that in the grand scheme of things, vets section is a tiny clock in the whole machine. We care about it. Nobody else gives a rat's ass. That's with all due respect to us. It's a very, very tiny, from under 8, 9, 10 caps all Saturdays from the various leagues around London to the Sunday ones as well. It's the money and the revenue that's generated, ours is a very, very, very small bit of it. So we need to continue to push this so that they keep on listening and treat us with the same respect that they would treat the other ones, and be communicative and have the same access. We care about it. We talk about it, but not a lot of people do it. What I would like them to do is, again, to be more responsive, to put things out there, to be very, very transparent. I'm sure there's a lot of volunteers who want to step in and help out, to be on the comm section. If they spoke to others like us, there's so many podcasts out there, we would do the live draw transparently. You see what I'm saying? So they need to give some of those responsibilities to people who are happy to do it, so we can help them. Because this is our competition. We love it. We want to be a part of it. We want to make it as transparent as possible, instead of just saying, oh, I'm playing this, I'm playing that team. How did that happen? Do you see what I'm saying? And from live competitions to, oh, I'm playing this team next week. I'm like, it leaves so many questions on, you sure that's done right? You sure they're not just trying to punish us for XYZ? It was the same in the West League, in those competitions. And when the live draws went, now and everybody sees that this is who I'm playing. This is live. There's no kululu, as they say. There's no skullduggery, as they say. You see what I'm saying? So I would like them to be more communicative and to be more receptive and give people an opportunity to help, so that the whole system gets better.
Listen, I want the London FA to kind of prove me wrong, but I genuinely believe, and actually, Nana, I think you've alluded to it, that the vet side of it is like so small that they don't really care about like the Vets Cup, and you can do certain things to like prove me wrong.
True. And one of the things Jamal did was try to expand it.
Yeah, 100%. And
You see, it was so tiny.
yeah,
But what he did was try to expand the borders. That's why he went West London, and you have all these teams joining to make it a bigger competition, to put it out there.
yeah.
But
I
then
mean,
there'll be lots of problems when it's a far away. But when you mix it with the Sundays as well, it gets worse.
yeah. Listen, I mean, again, I just want to kind of go on that record to actually say Jamal literally sounded me out and literally had so like many ideas, and I'm like, cool, let's kind of run with it. And again, like I would say like the main thing was doing the live draw, and again, Jamal was very accessible. Of course, like certain things happen, and like, of course, Jamal and the London FA felt at a certain way, and as like Nana said, they kind of distance them like selves now away from the vets, but that's not a good thing because now we're going back to the 1970s, 80s, 90s where like we just like second guessing, and actually people are contacting me. Like literally I had about 7 calls on Friday. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, like genuinely. And literally
Yeah, he hasn't paid his Wi-Fi.
His internet is struggling.
Oh, my internet's going.
Well, you haven't paid your Wi-Fi, or your missus has shut it off.
You know what? It's someone in the London FA that I think they're listening.
You got a time limit. It means that you got to get off.
Yeah, you got a time limit. But what was I say? And like also as well, something that Will said, and I don't know if you guys watched the Sporting Bengal conversation I had with Saeed. I even said that the London FA have missed a trick here. They talk about diversity and kind of being inclusive. Sporting Bengal, South Asian team winning the London Vets Cup. Like, literally, how come we're not promoting this? Literally, how come, I'm like speaking to someone from Sporting Bengal halfway through this like particular competition? Like, they just keep missing tricks here. And again, it's us on the ground at at the grassroots level that literally knows about vets and know about the players and know about people's journeys. I'm not saying that the London FA have to come and watch every single game. It's impossible. But they have to listen to us. Like, they genuinely have to listen to like people online that literally want to help. And again, yes, it's about rebuilding that like trust. But hey, like us four are trustworthy. Like, hey, like of course, like we're gonna disagree on some things, but like it's no disrespect here. Like, of course, we are gonna speak our minds, but we only want this Vets Cup to be the best it can possibly be. And again, like I'm not saying that we're gonna sell out Wembley or we're gonna sell out Bromley or Sutton. That's like going to be hard, but we can bring people to a Vets final that are interested in the players that are going to be playing. If we have the opportunities and the kind of resources to actually talk about it and talk about it freely, that's the thing. That's just like my own opinion about that. Quickly going on, because I know Chris has to go soon. Let's talk about some of the ties of the fourth round. I mean, I know that you said Hollington are still in it. You guys beat a team, is it 14 or?
Yeah, 14-0.
14-0. Were you part of that? And actually, what's the expectation for Hollington in this competition?
Yeah, I played obviously my Saturday game for my coaching got called off due to the weather, so I was able to play for Hollington. We played, I think it's Clapton Community, I think they were called. They turned up with a bare 11. Obviously, we turned up with a strong squad. I think it was something like 4-5-0 in the first 15 minutes. I might be wrong, but it's like 4-5-0 in 15 minutes. One thing I'll give them credit for, that Clapton team, take my hat off to them, is they didn't give up. Like they obviously they were getting beaten very, very heavily. It's 14-0, but they didn't stop running. They made a very, very valiant effort. They went showed their hearts and stuff. But you know, when you got one team, especially in vets football, when you got one team that can make multiple changes at halftime, and then even through the game, and then you can't make any subs, it's a lot. It's a lot. I think it's a lot even on a normal Saturday when you're playing. When I'm coaching my men's team on a Saturday, that we're making subs and other teams are maybe not as many subs or whatever. But you know, it's the nature of the beast, isn't it? At the end of the day, I think they had dropouts and stuff, but yeah, we were very strong. We were very dominant. I think it went hand in hand with the conversation that we spoke about the other week when you said you're winning, when you're in a strong position winning, what do you do? How do you conduct yourselves? And we just went out and we just said, at the end of the day, no matter who it is in front of us, you just got to be ruthless, and we was. So whenever the chances come, obviously we put them in the net. Could have been more. I hit the post twice. I think the keeper pulled off maybe 1 or 2 saves. So, you know, it finished 14. It could have been, not even a joke, it could have been 17, 18-0. So, and, you know, we, as a club, we want to try and win as much as we can. You know, our hearts are set on winning every game that we play in and every competition that we're in. League, cups, whatever we're in, our hearts are set on to win all them competitions. Whether we do or not, that's, you know, yet to be seen. But I think when you go into football, whether it's Sunday League, you know, from 8 years old up to, you know, 35, 40, you want to win every game, and you want to win every game that you're involved in, and that's the plan. That's the blueprint for what we want to do. We just want to win as many games as we can, take every game as it comes, take no one lightly, and just give our best performances, and that's it.
Super Nana, as we speak right now, Santos and Catford have been knocked out. So again, you know, we have to again wait until what the FA kind of do regarding our game. But because you guys are like not in the competition, who's your favourites to actually win the competition and why? And I'll start with Nana.
You're muted.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yep.
I think last season's champions will always be there. Highgate are not side to be missed with Highgate Albion. But when it comes to our league, I still think LSU, Hollington, the last 4, I want to pit them there. I think that they have a very strong and in-depth squad. And when you have a big squad, even when you have to travel, that helps. And it's a long season. So I think that, you know, the last 4, I see, you know, Hollington, LSU, Sporting Bengal, and Highgate Albion.
Okay. So?
Yeah, Sporting Bengal were unreal last season when we played them in the semi. Like with LSU, we was winning and they just come back. The way they make their subs is unreal, and you just can't. It was hard to adapt to the changes they kept on making, and it was fresh legs coming on, good players. So they're top side. But you know, I'm always going to back the teams I know. So Hollerton, good squad. Obviously, they've sent a message there, and obviously knowing LSU, I know what this means to the guys, and they want this. That's their, you know, missing piece, if you like. There's players in that squad I know that are there because they know they've got a good chance in the London Cup, and that's what they want. They want to win everything, they always do, but the London Cup is special, and I know they're going for it.
Yeah, no, you know, I agree. I think exactly what Nana said. Sporting Bengal, Highgate, Hollington, LSU. I think like teams outside of like the teams that we know, of course, Summers. You know, we can't disregard them. I think, especially after what happened last season, they like really want to win this competition again. Another team that teams may not know about is Bellstone. I know LSU are playing Bellstone. Very young vets team. and I know one of their players. He's a striker, and you know, as like we all know, a striker that can get 15, 20 goals a season is their worth. You know, is their weight in gold. And I would say Ash Carew in the Southern Vets is for me like a the kind of complete striker. For Summers, there's a kind of striker called Righty who's lethal in front of goal. Like anything within the 18-yard box, he's either going to score or test the keeper. Honestly, he's just lethal. And for Bellstone, unless I know he's going to, like he's not going to like me saying his name, but I'm going to say it. A guy called Rossi. Rossi up front, he is the real deal. Quick, strong, left foot, right foot. So yes, we don't know nothing about Bellstone, but I think they're going to be.
You're forgetting about Andre for Holland. Just asking.
Andre, sorry, apologies.
I'm just asking.
Okay, cool. Andre as well.
Player
Rossi, yeah. But yeah, I think I like going to be the dogs. That's if they get through LSU. But again, LSU should not take Bellstone lightly. Very young vets team, and a lot of other teams know about them. So again, it's going to be thereabouts. It's going to be a very connecting, fourth round draw. Hopefully, we can kind of get the other games sorted out as soon as possible. So yeah, cool. Anything else to say before we pack up? Because this is going to be the last show before Christmas.
No, I hope you guys have a great Christmas, a great New Year, and I look forward to when we get online next time, lads.
Yeah. Go on, sir.
I wanted to ask Nana a question. What's the pressure of managing the best centre back in the universe like? How do you do it?
Let me come offline now quickly.
I need to know. It's all learning for me. I need to know how you cope with it.
The thing is, I've never managed the best centre back.
He's still waiting.
I'm still waiting for that one.
Hey, do you know what's funny? Do you know when you order the best centre back of the universe?
I've got a Timo version
from Amazon, and then
I've got a Timo version,
and then the one from Temu turns up. Temu version, boy. Temu version.
Oh boy,
what a guy!
Listen, lads, I wish you all a happy Christmas. Next season is gonna be a cracker because there's lots of games.
Yeah, let's
played.
go.
So wish you all the best.
Yeah,
peace and love. Season's greetings.
Yes, gentlemen, have a great Christmas. Enjoy the time with your families, and I will see you guys when we come back.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and actually, before we go, didn't you guys read my statement that I put on Instagram?
No, here we go. Guys,
you know the same person who says the best centre back in the US. Do you know that he choked?
I can't.
He choked in the Metro Gas game. Like 25 minutes ago, he choked. Oh, my chest feels tight. I need to come up. Can you imagine?
Listen, you know
when we had what, bare 12, 13 players, we are missing so many players. Can you imagine? Someone tell him to put his tampon in and get on with it.
You know what? I did not. Let me just clarify a few things.
I think his chest was tight because he was writing that statement for too long.
You know what? So again, I wasn't feeling well. And
whatever.
Smallest violin in the world for you. Smallest violin in the world.
Yeah, listen, you know what? But like, it is what it is. I like believing Nana, and I kind of believe in the teammates to get the job done. But we still got a draw. We still got a draw, which is.
And apparently that was when you came off. Just saying. But
fellas, honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure. Yeah, we will be back hopefully before the new year. Again, big shout out to Wizard, big shout out to Sun and Nana. Hopefully you get home from Lapland, because behind you is just, mate, like, it's just unbelievable.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like taking the Christmas spirit. Like what? I mean, what is that going on behind you, Nana? Like, what is it going on behind you? Don't want us to see.
No,
You'll be able to save him anyway. You'll be able to save him anyway.
The same thing Wiz is using, but I've changed the contracts. It's just blurry. It's my wall.
No, but literally, what are you trying to hide? Because you never used to have backgrounds. So like, who's like beside you? Like,
gentlemen,
it's like, listen.
Take care, yeah. Love, lads. Love.
Take it like easy, Wizard. Okay.
Bye,
all right.
Bye.
Okay.
All right. Blessings, brothers.
All right. Okay. All right. Cool. All right, fellas. Honestly, thank you so much. We will be back before Christmas. Oh, sorry, before the new year. Again, big shout out to Nana, big shout out to Sub, and big shout out to Chris. Thank you so much for everyone watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you guys real soon.
See you soon.